Hey guys, it's Jericho. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a fall cut crease look with a pop of color. So I hope you guys enjoy this look. This is something I literally was just making up as I go. Literally just made this up at the last minute, literally. So anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut my crease. Use concealer to prime my eyelids like I always do, and I'm blending that out with the the e.l.f. Flawless concealer brush, which I highly recommend, as I always do. And I'm just going to buff that out, and I'm using the Urban Decay Born to Run palette for this, and I'm going in with the brown shade in the corner. I actually meant to look up these colors before I filmed this video, but I forgot. But that brown shade is called RIFF, so I'm using that color first. Actually, I'm using the light brown shade first. That's what I meant to say. And I'm just gonna build that color up and kind of follow my eye shape, but not really, just kind of creating, following your eye shape and dragging that out sideways, because I'm gonna cut my crease, so I want this to look perfect. And then I'm going in with that dark brown shade, and I'm just going to go right directly under the shade that I used first, following those same pattern. And you can see what I'm doing with this look right now. You can see it building up, and I'm just going to keep doing that. And then take after I do my other, I'm going to take another brush and just make sure I blend this together, because I don't want it to look muddy. So I'm going to take that same brush from the first color that we used and just kind of blend them together. And that's what I'm doing here. Then I'm going to cut my crease using an angled brush. This is the Morphe angled brush, and I'm just going to cut my crease in that same shape. So I'm just using my Born This Way concealer, and then I'm just going to drag the concealer down and pat it out, as you can see me doing right now. I feel like this was the easiest way to do that, so that's just what I did. And then I'm going to take that Morphe brush again and make sure it's flattened out, if that makes sense. And what I'm doing here is trying to create a winged eyeliner with the brown eyeshadow, so that's what I'm doing here with an angled brush. And I'm just going to bring that across my eye, because I don't have any brown liner, and I didn't want to use black, so I'm just going to bring that across my eye and apply my lashes off camera. And now I'm using my Fenty Beauty hydrating primer like I always do. Like, this part I really should just speed through. But for foundation, I'm using the Juvias Place I Am Magic foundation in the shade Kampala. And this is too dark for me, but we're just going to use it because I really like the consistency and the finish of this foundation. If you've watched my old videos, when I first tried this, I absolutely hated it because it was too dark. But I've learned to love it, and I use it in I use it in most of my foundation videos, just because it looks so good. Like, look how velvety smooth it is. But I just wish I could find a shade in this foundation family that matches, but I can't. So for concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way in Mocha. Well, like I always do. Like I said, this is all the same usual steps, and I'm blending it out with a new sponge. This is the e.l.f. concealer sponge. And it's the camo concealer sponge. It says use with their camo concealers, but I just wanted to try it. And let me just tell y'all, this sponge is extremely squishy, like the most squishiest sponge I've ever used. And I don't know how I feel about it yet, but it did blend out my concealer really well, but it's so squishy to the point where it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. And then on top of that, I'm going in with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Dark 40 to brighten up my eyes a little bit more, because the Born This Way concealer is not as bright as I would like it to be, but it's great coverage, and it helps get rid of like any dark circles or anything like that. Even though I don't have dark circles, but I do have those bags under my eyes, if you can see. And for contour today, I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer in C16, because the Juvias Place stick foundation is not dark enough when I use their foundation, because the foundation is already a little too dark, even though it doesn't look like it is. And I'm just going to use that for contour. And for a setting powder, I'm using the Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder in Yellow, which you guys know is my absolute favorite powder over the Sacha Buttercup. And I'm just going to put this under my eyes and my forehead, down my nose and my chin. And I wiped it away. Look how buttery the area is where I applied this powder. I'm telling you, it's bomb. So then I'm taking the Sephora Micro Smooth powder and putting that all over my face to make it even more buttery. I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all already know. I love this. I love these two powders. If you don't have them, get them. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is take some Fenty Beauty bronzer and apply that on the apples of my cheeks and all the way up towards my ear, because this is kind of like my blush slash bronzer, because I don't use blush. Maybe one day, but I don't really like blush. So, and this was one of those on the whim situations where I just decided to add some glitter because it's hard for me to not add some type of shimmer. I could have left it alone, but I just really wanted to add this gold glitter from NYX. So I added that on both eyes, and then I realized I had forgot to set the concealer and it was starting to break apart, so I was trying to save it and apply some eyeshadow on top of it. And then I'm taking that really green shade in the palette in the bottom right corner, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line and drag it all the way up. And for highlighter, I'm using the Crayon case anglowla on my cheeks, and it's just so pretty. I love this highlighter, but you got to be careful. And for lips, I'm using the ColourPop BFF3, which is my favorite brown liner because it's the perfect brown, and it's not too dark, it's not too light, it's the perfect shade of brown. And for the matte lipstick, I'm using the Morphe matte lipstick in Commit, and I'm going in with the NYX Butter Gloss and Madeline right on top, because it just looks so good. And I didn't show this, but I did go over the Madeline gloss with the NYX Lingerie Gloss in Sable, which is my favorite combination. It's literally the same. And that is it for this video, you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this simple look, and if you recreate it, tag me on Instagram, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Jerikasyncere. But that is it. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really truly hope you enjoyed this look. I'm going to try and do a few more fall looks before winter comes. So yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day.